This is a car city. This is a city that is traversed by, hundreds of miles of freeways. So there's a lot of room for someone to speed and to move quickly and to be pursued. And it's also the entertainment capital of the world. And these pursuits have become this perverse form of entertainment.
Breaking news here to tell you about a high-speed pursuit.
Back to California now because something extraordinary is happening.
Wild scene on the streets of Southern California.
This is out of Los Angeles, the world headquarters for all things car chase.
You're right up against the curb right there.
Pursuits really became a thing with OJ.
Simpson is in the driver's seat. We've received a report of a gun in the car.
They predated OJ, but that kind of elevated the pursuit to something much larger.
All I did was love Nicole. All I did was love her.
That was the one that made everyone realize, wow, this is like this incredible spectator sport.
Look, this is all over TV, just so people know it. And this is like sport in Los Angeles.
Look at them.
Angelenos are obsessed with these pursuits because of, I think, many different reasons. One is they're totally unpredictable. You have no idea what's going to happen. So there's just this kind of inherent excitement around that.
Oh gosh.
No. But what is really strange, too, is it's a way to get to know the city better. You go to a meeting in LA, you show up at a meeting across town, the first thing someone's going to ask you is, how was the traffic? How'd you get here?
We are now southbound along Main Street heading down towards Imperial Highway.
York Boulevard, Monterey turns into York Boulevard.
This time of day, the 10 freeway, that's not the place to play.
There's a whole vocabulary around this. Why in the world should I know what a spike strip or a pit maneuver is? But I do now from watching these for so many years.
Perfect pit maneuver right there.
But what does it all mean?
Pursuit intervention technique. Pit is a forced rotational stop.
Yeah, there it is.
Getting ready to set up that spike strip. Let's watch this being deployed.
It's a hollow tube with a point on it. You're basically putting a straw into the tire.
That wheel totally gone.
Boom. He's got him. Vehicle spun out.
Every news station in Los Angeles has a helicopter that's on call 24 hours a day. They go out to cover fires or accidents. I mean, they're mostly for purposes of traffic coverage, but because pursuits are now so interwoven into traffic coverage, like it becomes the main thing that they're doing in the evenings.
It's become so much of a staple in Southern California that at times it feels like we have one every day.
Yeah, look at that. Whoa!
I think this really is a 15-minute of fame situation, but for the most part, you can't name people other than OJ who have ever been involved in a police pursuit. So you have to wonder, like, what is it that they do it for?
I never understand, no matter how many car chases I watch, why do they think they're going to get away with it?
Last year, there was a crazy pursuit. These guys were doing donuts on Hollywood Boulevard.
Whoa. Oh, wow. They're trying to have a good time right now.
What? And then they ended up going by restaurants where people were watching it in a bar, and people would run out on the sidewalk and, cheer them on as they were going. And a TMZ tour bus tried to stop them on the freeway.
Oh, are they going to stop it? Whoa!
Yes! And one of the guys threw a sandwich at the TMZ bus.
How's this for an only in LA moment?
It doesn't get more Hollywood than that. TMZ!
And they ended up pulling over in this neighborhood, getting out of their cars, all the neighborhoods coming out, taking selfies with them. They were just like, all right, we're just going to wait here to get arrested. And that was a particularly crazy chase. You remember those moments, but you don't remember the drivers. You remember the moment. There is constant debate around pursuits, both from an ethical side, from news stations who really wonder, is this the best use of our time, to the law enforcement agencies who get a lot of flack when a pursuit ends tragically.
Police officials say live coverage of high-speed chases is downright dangerous. These recent shots of bank robbers throwing cash out of a moving vehicle in LA sent viewers flooding into the streets.
You don't have to show it while it's live. Show it later.
You see people almost hit all of the time. It's really a miracle when a car is going 100 miles an hour down a residential street that it's not carnage all the way along its path.
Yeah, whoa! The skateboarder right there, that guy almost got it. This is the reasons why these are so dangerous. These are the reasons why, especially on a Friday afternoon.
It is easy because you're at such a distance to forget that there's a whole human element to this. In 1999, there was a really horrific incident that people thought might initiate the end of pursuits. There was a very depressed man who led police on a pursuit that ended up on a freeway interchange. And at the end of the chase, he actually set his pickup truck on fire and his dog was inside. There were 7 helicopters up in the air covering this, and some of them had tight shots. This was all on live TV. And then he took out a rifle and he killed himself.
It was a particularly disastrous ending to what has become near daily fodder for cable and local news.
And a lot of news directors after that kind of said, okay, we've got blood on our hands here. Like, we can't do this. Let's consider not running these pursuits. But the ratings were just so great that they couldn't do that. Statistically, about a person a day dies in the country as the result of a pursuit. But also that's what keeps people watching these. It's a gladiator sport. There's definitely been a conversation around the media's culpability in this. If they stopped covering this completely, would they stop? There's always going to be pursuits anywhere in the world, right? There's always going to be someone trying to escape the cops. But the appeal that, hey, I could do this and all my friends are going to see it and I can actually text them while I'm doing it because I can let them know, hey, I'm doing this. If those weren't televised, I think that they would plummet.
There's been a lot of talk about pursuits and what they should do and how they should do it, and everybody wants to weigh in, and they say we shouldn't televise them and we're just giving these guys their 5 minutes of fame. But I like to think that we're keeping an eye on it because we're trying to warn the public, and that's what also law enforcement does.
And what's more, viewers want to watch these scenes, which is why this classic American spectacle is not likely to disappear from the airwaves anytime soon.
Even though I'm morally conflicted about watching a police pursuit, if there's one going on, I'm going to turn on the TV.